Hey everybody, good morning. This is Kaylania, the bus driver. And so today I'm going to touch on a subject about shopper honesty and shopper dishonesty. Because I have seen a lot of posts online, and also I have gotten questions asked to me about what to do if you see a shopper cheating the system with Instacart. Now, I'm kind of neutral about this situation because it's kind of like a touchy subject, but I'm just going to give you my standpoint as far as when it comes to other shoppers being dishonest when it comes to, picking their hours and how they shop for customers. Now, the number one thing that I often hear and also see questions about is, what do you do if you see a shopper bringing somebody else with them while they shop? And is it against Instacart's policy? The answer to that is yes. It is against Instacart's policy to bring somebody with you. And I hear people say, well, where is it in my contract? Well, if you look in your contract, there's a section in there that talks about Instacart's privacy policy. And it briefly explains that only the shopper is supposed to shop for Instacart. And you can't really bring anybody with you because it's a breach of contract. And the reason why that is because and I've touched on this before, and I do have a video, guys, I did months ago about this, so you have to look it up, say suppose if something happens and it's on your time while you're shopping for a customer. Well, that can potentially get not only you in trouble, but also, like Instacart. You see what I'm saying? And especially if somebody is shopping with you that has not been designated to shop. And not only that, they haven't had a background check. You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's some other factors that go into that. And so if you have access to the customer's information, like, as far as like when you shop for them, you see their name, their address, and maybe even their phone number if they leave it in the comment box. You see personal things, right? And so that person that's shopping with you did not get a background check. They didn't go through the process of getting approved by Instacart. So if they have a second phone with them as they're shopping and scanning stuff while you're shopping and scanning stuff, well, I mean, that's like kind of cheating the system. Now, me personally, I don't care either way. However, if they do have rules that you're not supposed to do that, I wouldn't do it. Now, when I first started, I would probably say for the first 6 months or 7 months, I've seen, when I initially saw people do that, I thought nothing of it because I didn't know, maybe for like the first 3 months until I found out we're not allowed to do that. When I first started with Instacart, like on my onboarding last year, the girl that came from San Francisco from the headquarters, she said something like, she mentioned it, but I can't remember. It was something to the effect of like, kind of like almost like a don't get caught kind of thing. But at the same time, she highly not suggested like don't do it. And she said, and some people did ask, well, can I bring my kids? And she basically said that yeah, you can bring your children with you. That's what she said in onboarding. Now, things have changed, and I have seen shoppers actually bring their spouses with them, their partners, their kids and stuff, and I never went behind nobody's back and told on them. Now, at that time, before I knew what was going on, Instacart did send us an email back in May, or it's around May or April or May, between like April and May. I can't remember which it was, but it was recently. And they said to us, if anybody is seen bringing somebody with them shopping, then they will get deactivated and their account will be under review. I can't find the email, y'all, but they did send it to us. And so it was like a fuss about that. But I can kind of see the shopper standpoint, and I can kind of see Instacart standpoint. However, I would not personally bring somebody along with me just to make my scores go higher. Now, some people say, should it matter? Or if you catch another shopper bringing other people with them just to help them shop to go faster or to get done quicker. Now, me, at first I thought it didn't because I thought it was just their business. However, the only way it would matter is if those shoppers are cheating their way through the system and they get priority when it comes to picking hours or getting more batches. Then yes, I see that as a problem, because if somebody is with that person shopping and they have not been approved by Instacart, or they're not offered the batch and they have not gone through the background check and things like that, and they still get priority because they're fast, then yeah, I think that's a problem. Before, I didn't think that much about it, but now that I'm seeing people commenting on it and putting information out there, now it's starting to make sense. Because before, I didn't care. I have approached many shoppers. I saw them do that. I've seen women and men bring their, I'm not talking about like 15, 16-year-old kids. I'm talking about like little babies. Bring their kids along with them. And me, I'm not going to judge them because, for one thing, I know what it's like to be a single parent. And some people aren't single parents, they're just parents. And so they have no babysitter, they can't afford one. And so they have to bring their kids along with them as they're shopping and things. And as I said in my previous video a long time ago, if you bring your kids with you, that's going to be between you and Instacart. However, keep in mind that your kids can possibly slow you down, especially like when you are shopping and they're starting to ask for things. They start acting up and cutting up in the store, and they start running around, and you need to focus on shopping for the customer. However, I can't tell y'all what to do because that's you're an independent contractor. So you guys will have to use your best judgment when it comes to that. Now, the question I get asked often is, should I say something? I've seen shoppers, especially the ones that are deadly do-rights, they want to say, well, I'm going to tell Instacart. Well, tell Instacart. That's you. But I'm not going to go behind their back and tell on them, even though I don't think it's right. What I do is I approach the shopper, and I do it politely. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I say, hey, excuse me, I'm with Instacart. And they say, yeah, I just want to let you know, just be careful because, they did state that we're not supposed to bring our children or anybody with us as we shop, as a precaution. So, and I say, I don't want you to get caught. I don't want you to get in trouble. Just be careful because some shoppers do go back and telling you. And also you may have shift leads or managers or whoever or mentors that may be, unidentifiable, meaning like they don't have the lanyard or whatever, so you might not know that it's them. And I also say that a lot of these shift leads, managers, or whoever, they look just like regular shoppers, so they have the lanyard, but you don't know that they're higher up. So just be careful. I don't want you to get in trouble. Just want to protect your job. I always say that. And so the majority of them thank me for that, because I don't come at them judgmental. I don't come at them yelling at them. I don't come at them like, shame on you. I just let them know, just be careful. So that way they can think about it. Because, you can get in trouble for that. So just to summarize it, you guys will have to use wisdom on that. But if you really cared about people, you wouldn't just go and tell on folks like that. You need to say something to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I have seen, there's a girl that posted in a group, and actually one of my groups, and she mentioned that. She goes, oh, well, should I go and tell on somebody if I see them bringing somebody? And a lot of people went off on her. And I can understand them, but at the same time, we asked, what is your motive for even telling on somebody instead of approaching them? Well, I just believe in doing things the right way. And, just acting like a person that works at Disney. You know how people work at Disney. They just go overboard with stuff. And I just think that if your best interest was for people instead of trying to make yourself look good, you would approach the person first. You see what I'm saying? That's just me. And so, now if you saw somebody stealing, that's a whole different ball game. But I'm just the kind of person where I just feel like, okay, if it's going to affect the company, and affect us, then something should be said. But I'm going to talk to that person first. You feel me? And so I'm not going to go back and tell on somebody, because I want to earn some brownie points. You feel what I hope you guys feel what I'm saying. And so, but also another dishonest thing that some shoppers do is, whenever there's items that are BOGO, like buy one, get one free, some shoppers don't always get the extra item and give it to the customer. Some of them take it. I have seen shoppers post this. You do not do that. Please don't do that. And think about if somebody did that to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if a customer wanted an item that's BOGO and you kept the other item for yourself, you're stealing, and even if you knew the other item was BOGO and the customer didn't know it and you took it, that's still stealing. That's dishonest. Don't do that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's just little things like that. And so my take on it is, if you want to do the right thing, approach the person on it, but do it in love, And I know some of you guys that may have seen my videos, and it may seem like I'm harsh, but I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. And I say stuff to people like, I don't want to see nobody get fired, like, and I know people were cheating. Like, there's a guy, I haven't seen him shop. I don't think he works with Instacart anymore, because I haven't seen him in a long time. But he used to bring his friend with him, his guy friend, and I know that some people split the earnings between themselves that they make per week, but still, if the other person's not designated shop, don't do it. I do know that there are shoppers who have been approved for Instacart. Sorry to go off track. Excuse me, but I have to say this. There are Instacart shoppers who have been approved, but they work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are actual Instacart shoppers, but it's only one person assigned to that batch. So both of them work together, and like they split the earnings. That's how some people do it. Still, at the same time, if it's only been you that's been assigned that batch, it should be you shopping. It should be you delivering. I don't know what to say if someone's in your car with you, but y'all got to use wisdom on that. But anyway, back to the guy. I used to always see him at the store, but I never said nothing to him. And I always see him bring his friend with him, and like they go and shop and they get the groceries and everything like that. And I knew he's probably one of the fastest. Like, I never knew his name, but I knew he's probably one of the fastest ones. After Instacart sent us that email and that message on our app about not bringing people with you, I didn't see him do that no more. And so after that, I didn't see him shop anymore. So I don't know what happened with that. So, but a lot of people, like other shoppers, were saying something about him. But I see even new shoppers do it, like people that are new, and they don't know that. And so there are shoppers who do know, and they still do it, But I'm not going to be like the Instacart police and be like trying to, trail everybody. But if I see something, I'm going to say it, But I'm going to approach the shopper. I'm not going to go and send a message to a manager, which I don't have no manager's email, but I'm not going to go contact Instacart and tell on somebody without telling them first. Because to me, that's trifling. Like, why would you do something like that without letting somebody know? And even if the person did know better, you can still let them know. You still let them know in love, say, hey, just be careful, because, whatever. And if they don't want to listen, then that's on them. You feel what I'm saying? But just be wise in some of the things that y'all do. And always look at the customer like if it was you. Just like as if you were ordering something online or whatever, how would you feel? You feel what I'm saying? And even like as a shopper, think about it as like, your coworker. Would you want somebody going back and telling on you every 5 minutes for something? You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that everybody will have the same mentality like I do. But at the same time, just treat people how you want to be treated. At least try. At least I try. But if you see it happening, you need to go to them first. But if you are such a rush to go back and tell them and to say, I saw that, then why are you doing that? And this is one of the reasons why I got out of the GroupMe chat, because I'm sure most of you guys have a GroupMe chat that is ran by your operations manager, which has a team lead or shift lead or whatever, or mentors in there that usually lead the group on the GroupMe chat app. And, basically people in your zone to talk and whatever. Get together, and if there's any updates, information, they'll let you know, and stuff like that. But I got out of that like a long time ago, because I saw people in there like that, these I don't know, brown nosers, and so I couldn't do it. And so my thing is, I don't want to be caught in the middle of a whole bunch of tattletales. You feel me? And so, like, my thing is, it's supposed to be about helping each other, not going back and see who's the fastest. And that's the only reason why people do it. And some people don't even scan the groceries, y'all. Some shoppers, they don't do it. They just scan the floor, like they scan their hand, or they scan stuff just to go fast. And, without even checking anything. And they will get caught, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. So, I try to help people the best way I can. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the individual who's doing it. And so I know a lot of us as shoppers, we fall short sometime, and we make mistakes, we make foolish choices and stuff, but it shouldn't be at the expense of the customer or at the company. Hope you understand what I'm saying. And even like, don't try to intentionally not deliver somebody's groceries so you can keep it for yourself. That's also just a dishonest thing. I get a lot, no, I ain't gonna say a lot, I have gotten many orders where the customer wasn't home. They didn't come to the door. They didn't answer the phone. Nothing. I mean, so I've often been stuck with stuff I can't take back. A lot of it's been perishable, so I keep it. Or I try to give it away. Or I say, hey, look, there's some extra stuff. Instacart does suggest that, you guys take it back to the store, but, it's not mandatory. And that's going to be up to you. But if it's perishable, most stores don't take stuff back. As far as I know, Whole Foods, they don't take back returns. So, I mean, but just do what you guys think is best. I can't tell y'all what to do because everybody grown, but don't do something that you wouldn't want somebody to do to you. If you feel me? And if you see something that you know is illegal, I'm talking about illegal, then maybe you probably should contact Instacart. But I would at least approach the shopper first. Because, I'm just saying, like, y'all don't have to, but just think about some things, y'all. And don't be so quick to try telling everybody. And I'm sure that somebody's probably approached you guys about something that maybe you could probably improve on. But like I said, it's going to be up to you. And also, don't worry about it. It's the last thing I'm going to say. Stop worrying about it. Because I see shoppers post it all the time. Oh my God, I see them cheating. But why does it bother you so much if they're cheating? Now, the only thing that I would be concerned with is if they're cheating and they are getting priority with their batches, like meaning like their hours, or Instacart is giving them early access for nothing, or if they're getting more batches because they're cheating, yes, that's a problem. And so I think that if you approach the shopper, because I know you guys probably see the same people over and over again. If you approach them and you say something, if you see them do it again, then it might be in your best interest to maybe send Instacart an email, but I would not use any names. I would say, hey, I seen a shopper, do this and this. I just wanted to be aware, is this with company policy? Unless they ask for their name, but I wouldn't, unless you know their name, I wouldn't do that. But Instacart has not said anything else about us bringing more people. And so, I don't know what your shift lead or your manager or your team lead or your mentor has said to you. If you guys have had any onboarding training, I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, Instacart told us, no, we can't bring people. You know what I'm saying? And so don't try to make it out of a big deal. But if you know for a fact, if you have proof that it's affecting your scores and stuff like that, which I do believe Instacart is manually manipulating some people's metrics. That's a whole different vlog. Then you should say something. But approach them first, and don't be like, oh, I'm a tattletale. No, don't do that, because you never know when you're gonna need that same grace. God bless y'all.